But first of all, welcome again to the WhirLocal Level Up Day. And we are really, really excited to share some of this stuff with you, some of this content. And when we think about, the term level up, it may be overused, but our definition is to make better or improve. And first of all, can everybody see my screen, Pam? Lissa,
yeah.
Screen? Okay. So my goal today really is to spend some time unpacking a lot of recent marketing trends and insights specifically geared towards local businesses. That's who we work with, local businesses and organization. That's our passion. We love seeing our customers in the grocery store and at a ball game. And for those of our customers at a distance, we still feel connected in that way because we don't work with Fortune 500 companies. We don't work with e-commerce companies per se. We're really geared to local businesses. So unpacking those and then providing actionable strategies, solutions, and resources. We've got some good resources for you that we're going to be sharing or offering. And then kind of finally to demonstrate WhirLocal's leveled up features and marketing solutions and how we believe that this can really help you improve your marketing and crush it in 2022. So again, thanks for being here. My promise to you is that as we go through this framework, if you implement even 1 to 2 of the strategies in our framework, it really can positively impact your business and help you grow, help you save time, etc. And then secondly, we're gonna do our best to have fun and interactive. We've got some door prizes to give away, and we've got some interaction to do. And then if you stay until the very end, we will have a free gift for you, and that's a free gift for everybody. So, and in full transparency, I will have an offer for you. Hey, it's a webinar. I'm here to sell something if and only if it's a good fit for you. If you know me at all, I'm not some sort of hard sell guy, or definitely not like a run to the back of the room type offer, nor are we on Supermarket Sweep. Pam and I used to watch that with the kids when they were little. But, if there's a good offer for, there's some great ways to level up your marketing for existing customers. And then if you're a new customer or want to upgrade, we'll have an offer for you. But I'd rather just be transparent versus hit you across the side of the head, at the end. Well, hey, I'm going to try to give you an offer. But so looking at the framework for today, about 3 to 4 months ago, we developed what we call the 6 C's framework. And it's really about the customer buying journey. Every business has a journey similar to this, and there's 6 C's: connect, capture, communicate, convert, care, and cultivate. And it's really been helpful for us to kind of walk through this with customers, to help explain the marketing process and how they can have touch points along each path. But before we do that, what I would love to do to help us get started with some of the interactivity is to have you pull out your mobile phone and text start without the quotes. So just text start to the number on the screen. And so it's 503-877-1330. You text that number, you will be entered to win. If you're local, we'll pick a winner for, and give away a $25 gift card to a local restaurant. If the winner happens to be at a distance, one of the 3 restaurants here, Jerry Frank's Conditorei, Bessel Roadhouse, and Sassy Onion Grill, great restaurants here locally. If you're at a distance, we'll send you a $25 gift card. So go ahead and text the keyword start to the number on the screen. Are we getting any entries yet, Alyssa, Pam? Are they coming in?
Checking.
Well, the odds are really good then that you're going to get a gift card if you
right.
May the odds ever be in your favor. Anyway, all right, let's jump in to get going. So let's talk about the first C. It's really the question: how do consumers become aware of and connect with your business? In other words, how do they get to know about your brand, right? So let's kind of talk about some of the insights and statistics recent that again happening for local businesses. first of all, 93% of consumers use the internet in the last year to find a local business. And that's just huge. Pretty much, the entire population, right? 34% of them search every single day for somebody local. And, on smartphones, 76% of people search on their smartphones for something nearby. It's kind of that, nearby or near me, and visit that local business. And then you think about the word of mouth that happens. 92% of consumers trust referrals or recommendations, and 87% of consumers read online reviews last year for local businesses. So definitely, referrals, reviews, recommendations all go hand in hand. When you think about a Google search, 46%, so almost half of all Google searches have local intent, meaning they're looking for that local business to work with, right? And so if you look at the search engine results, you do a typical search on Google, and we talk about Google a lot because they have the lion's share of the search market, anywhere, depending on the stat you're looking at, anywhere between 80 to 90 or more % of the search market over Bing, Yahoo, et cetera. So we always kind of focus on Google. But a typical search like this, somebody searching for chiropractor, Salem, Oregon, or chiropractor near me. As an example, you typically would have, you'd have some ads, up to 4 generally. Then you have map results, and there's often an ad in here, like this example, as well, and the map results. And this is based on map and Google Business Profile, and then the organic results under that. Now, if you think about how business or consumers get to know your brand, again, it might be a referral, might have met them at a local chamber event or something along those lines. They've driven by your business. Maybe they've seen your trucks on the road, various different things. What's the first thing they do, right? First thing they do is they Google you. So that's why we believe that brand searches are just as important as a keyword search, because they already know about you. They've been referred, they've seen your sign, they've seen your trucks, and you want to make sure that what they're seeing, is positive. This example for, one of our customers, Cherry City Interiors and Designs, they've got a good review rating. It's just important to have that. And this is the Google Business Profile. It used to be called Google My Business. Now it's called the Google Business Profile. And I'm sure this is a very, very recent change. And I'm sure I'm going to mess that up many times. I can't even begin to count how many times Google has changed the name of this product. But anyway, now it's called Google Business Profile. So the problem is that competition really has never been higher. I mean, everybody is trying to be on the first page, right? I can't tell you how many people, call us and say, "Oh, I want to be on the first page of Google," right? Or I want to be number one. Or all the calls that even we get, we do this stuff for a living, but with calls we get, "Hey, I can get you number one on Google." Everybody thinks that's Google. It's not, right? So, competition's never been higher, and there's just a lot of factors. So the strategy or solution to think about to help people connect with your brand is really looking at, one strategy is local search engine optimization, or SEO. So let's dive into kind of what that looks like. I've got 6 primary factors. There's hundreds, but there's 6 that I want to cover today of the most important factors to help you get found in that search. First of all is the Google Business Profile. Again, these are all geared to local. Second is a well-optimized website, which is called on-page optimization. Number 3 is reviews, which we'll talk a lot about today. Number 4 is content, on your website, content in other places, links that become generated because of content, and so forth. Number 5 is citations, which is not a traffic ticket. It's a making sure that your address and name, address, phone number, website, etc., is listed in all the right places and supporting what's on your Google Business Profile and is correct, accurate, and consistent. And then secondly, 6 is behavior and personalization. And that's the proximity. It's people, we all have kind of a search bubble. And so those affect searches as well. If we look at a very recent local search ranking factors from a company called WhiteSpark, there's kind of two different things going on here. There's one regarding getting found in that map result or the local pack. 36% in terms of ranking factor for that 3-pack or that local pack is related to your Google business profile, 17% reviews, 16% on page, and so forth. And then if you look at the organic section, again, we have ads, we have maps or local pack, and we have organic. Then 34% in terms of importance is on-page optimization, which is your website itself, 31% links, 11% behavioral, and more. So if we look, good thing I put this in there. We have a door prize winner.
Hang on just a sec. We're still figuring it out here.
Okay. We'll come back to it.
Okay, I'll let you know. I'll let you know when we're ready.
Just let me know when you're ready. Yep.
Okay.
All right. So if you look at Google My Business specifically, or there I did it. It's called Google Business Profile now. There's 6 factors that I wanted to talk about in terms of importance. First of all, importance. First of all, is your business name itself. Friends of ours own Salem Paint Company, right? They're right a few blocks away from our office. Craig and Kara Morgan, great local company. Salem Paint Company is their name. So if somebody types in Salem Paint Company, it's likely that they're going to show up. However, don't, if that's not your name, if your name doesn't have a keyword or, a location, don't spam Google Business. It's annoying, and eventually will get, it won't help you. Eventually you'll get taken down. So don't spam it. Number 2 is the primary category. In terms of when you go into Google Business and select the category, make sure the primary one, you have to select from theirs, but make sure that the primary one is the one that you want. Number 3 is where and how you link to your website. Primarily, like if you have different locations, for example, in your Google Business Profile, you would want to link to your local location or your different locations, not just the homepage. 4, reviews, and then 5 and 6, really that proximity and relevance. So, all right. Then when we talk about on-page optimization, again, this is your website. So think about your website and how it's built and some of the features. So one of the things that we typically do when we build a new website is we look at, we use a page grader, and we look at different factors. So we're looking at we typically want to get a 95 or more out of 100 score when looking at a particular page. And so typically we're looking at things like the title. This is called the SEO metadata. If this is foreign to you, don't worry about it. But just, if you do work on your own website, one of the things we typically try to do, on a title is just have primary keyword plus your city, state. So let's say chiropractor, Salem, Oregon, and then your company name or practice name. And then in the description, you would want to use a combination of those factors as well. So this is kind of behind the scenes. This is what shows up in the search engines. And then the actual content on the page, you typically want to have, again, your primary keyword. So again, let's say chiropractor, Salem, Oregon. And then, in the body of your page and in images, you also want to include, that keyword somewhere or a couple different times. You can see here that we have a body of 2. Now, if this is completely overwhelming and you're shaking your head and saying, I have no idea what he's talking about, shameless plug, this is something that we do. And we do a lot with websites and we grade the pages and so forth. So it is something that we can do. Now, if you would like, Pam, do we have a door prize yet?
We do.
Okay.
All right. You got to get my
drum roll.
Yes, go ahead.
Oh, shaking everything.
Never mind. The winner's Larry Rogers.
Larry. Awesome. Larry, we'll get together with you and get you an American Express gift card. So congratulations. That's awesome. All right. So if you would like to get a better understanding of where your business fits in local SEO, we'd love to offer a free local SEO audit. Just, it's got some really good insight into that, shows where you show up in the maps and various different features. So just text the keyword SEO, again, no quotes, but just text the keyword SEO to the number on the screen, and we'll be happy to connect afterwards, and our team will run a local SEO audit for you. Again, SEO to the number on the screen. All right. So one of the problems, again, I get calls all the time, and expectations and managing expectations is tough. But what if you don't show up in the search engines, or you need more visibility and exposure? There's a joke in our industry, Dottie, I don't know if you've heard this, but the best place to hide a dead body is on page 2 of Google. So, most people just don't, the reality is they don't go to the second page. And so sometimes you need to complement that with paid ads. And, it's truly the only way that we can guarantee, somebody can guarantee through a Google ad to be on that first page. So running an ad campaign along with, a reasonable budget and so forth. If you take a look at this example, this was landscaping, Portland, Oregon, just really, rough estimate. It's a cost per click model. So all these people are paying for cost per click. And, the average cost per click is $4.89. So somebody clicks on that ad, charged $4.89. So, but that's really the only way to, again, guarantee that you're getting that prominent placement along with a reasonable budget. And you're not going to show up every single time. There's a search share and so forth. But this can be fantastic for local service businesses, professionals, healthcare companies, et cetera. Some of the keywords are incredibly competitive and cost a lot of money. For example, personal injury attorneys can be very, very competitive in this area. But, so numbers may not make sense, but, that, again, it can be a great way to go. Another way to think about, if you need visibility and exposure, you need more people to know about your brand, then definitely consider Facebook ads or things like display ads, native ads on websites, retargeting ads. And we've all seen retargeting in action, where basically you go to a website and they kind of tag you, and now they follow you around with ads. And it can be very, very effective. Kind of creepy, but it can be very effective. So, so if you're interested at all in having us run a Google Ads audit, or just kind of look at, does it make sense for you? Again, we're happy to do that for you. If you're currently running ads and you'd like to kind of see, hey, can you improve, can we improve on that? Or if you just kind of would like to consider it, see what it looks like, you can text ads to the number on the screen. Again, no quotes, but just text ads. We'll be happy to help you out. So now, once somebody knows about you, they've been referred, they've driven by your business, they're searching you, they've found you, the top 2 channels for customer research at that point are online reviews and company websites. So let's kind of dive into that just a little bit more. Reviews, we've talked about this for a long time. When we first started WhirLocal, we were helping people get reviews. That was our primary purpose. This is over 10 years ago now, and it's more important than ever. Reviews are still your instant qualifier for the customer or disqualifier. Google calls part of this the 0 moment of truth. And the reality, it's kind of a no-brainer. If you got 2 stars versus 5 stars, all things else being considered or equal, it's a no-brainer for the customer. They're going to go with somebody that has 5 stars. In fact, if you have less than 4 stars, you're probably missing out on almost half of all consumers. So reviews are really, really important. And if you look at some of the factors that people care about when they're looking at reviews, first of all, of course, the star rating, but then, consumers are getting smarter every single year, right? And how they discern what they're looking at. First of all, so the next thing is legitimacy. Do they seem real? Are they authentic? Or does it seem fake, right? does it seem like, 50 reviews in one day? It sounds like somebody had a pizza party and paid everybody or gave everybody pizza to write a review. Are they recent? Is there good sentiment? Is there good quantity of reviews? The average consumer reads between 6 and 10 reviews before contacting that company. Does the business respond to reviews? So lots of different features or factors here that consumers care about. And speaking of recency, so 86% of consumers only pay attention to reviews written in the last 3 months. Now, that is going to change some depending on your business, right? So if you only get a couple reviews a year based on the nature of your business, obviously somebody's going to understand that. But if you look at a high volume place like retail or restaurant or chiropractor or something like that, they're only looking back about 3 months. So that's really important to consider as well. All right. Now, again, the problem is for most local businesses, they're just not proactive enough, right? About generating a steady stream of online reviews. And so the strategy or solution, we've been preaching this for a long, long time, is to be proactive. And the simplest part of that is to simply ask, right? But then you need systems to do it. So you could ask in a variety of ways. We will talk more about kind of how that works with WhirLocal. But generate a steady stream of reviews is so powerful. And that alone can make a huge difference in your business. All right, so back to the second research channel there. Websites really are your virtual storefront. You think about a retail store, and if you walk in the door and just everything is a mess and the aisles are cluttered and you have no clear direction of how to find anything, and then you finally find something and you can't figure out where the checkout stand is. I mean, that is unfortunately what happens on a lot of websites. And the reality is that most websites are not built with the consumer in mind. Most websites are brochures or they're all about the company. Instead of speaking to the consumer, speaking to their needs, grabbing their attention, speaking to, and stirring their emotion, different things. One of the formats and frameworks we use is called AIDA. It's, get their attention, build their interest, build their desire, and then call them to action. And again, it's speaking to the consumer instead of just verbal vomit or written vomit about everything great about your company. So here, in addition, of course, to being mobile friendly, here are 6 things that really every local website should have. And first of all, clear copywriting and messaging, speaking to the consumer. In other words, what do you do? Who do you serve? And how can you make their life better? Does it pass the grunt test? If you don't pass that grunt test within 3 seconds, they're gone, right? They're probably gone. So number 2, does it have clear and easy to use menus? That's kind of like those clear aisles I was talking about. Does it have a clear call to action? You're giving them guidance on, you're guiding them to the checkout and a simple 1, 2, 3 plan. Number 4, is your phone number, if they want to contact you, or contact information in the upper right. We call it upper right, make it right. And it absolutely should be or must be click to call on mobile. And then, clear visuals, scannable content, just again, really nice, clean aisles, so to speak. And then easy capture points. Is the phone number there? Can they fill out a form? Can they start a text, which we'll talk about? Can they send you a text? We'll talk about some of that more later. So strategy, solution, if you haven't updated your website recently, to a modern professional SEO website, that, absolutely something you should consider. Shameless plug, we build websites, but, it's something you should absolutely consider. So let's talk a little bit about content. All right, so content, we've all heard the phrase, right? Content is king. And there's some just really interesting insights, happening. If you think about 2020, I'll talk about this one first, right? So pandemic happened, and everybody's just locked down and shut in and so forth. 12.2 billion minutes of video was watched in 2020. It's just insane, right? Just an incredible amount of content. In under 3 years, podcast has increased by more than 60%. And then you think of, kind of omni-channel, or just all the different channels. You've got video, you've got blogs, social media. Reviews are absolutely a form of content. And, if you think about all these different things, almost half of buyers view 3 to 5 pieces of content before engaging with a sales rep. So what do you think about, just kind of take a moment to think about what kind of content are you producing? What kind of content are you putting out there? Are you blogging? Are you doing videos? If you think about all the different places, are you doing social media, Google or Facebook or, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, shameless plug, WhirLocal, are you publishing content on there? When it comes to video, we've got so many options, right? We've got all the short video options, Facebook Reels and Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts is a relatively new thing. And, they're, I think, 30 seconds or less. You've got Instagram TV, and of course, TikTok. And I am being asked for local businesses, hey, should I do videos on TikTok? And I'm like, well, it depends. But our most of the time, our answer is, yeah, we're not there yet. Unless you're absolutely ready to be an entertainer and do short little videos. Alyssa, confirm, I see a lot of nodding there. If you're ready to entertain, then maybe. But I think most local businesses just aren't there yet. So now the problem is, right? Who in the world has time to create all this content? And if you know who Gary Vaynerchuk is, there's a hint, you're not him, I'm not him. And he's a prolific content creator, but he also has a massive team behind him. And, we're local businesses, we've got too much to do, right? To be that. So, the solution is to get somebody else to do the content for you, to work with you, for example. And again, this is something that we do as well. Where, done for you blogging and promotion of that content, done for you social media posting, or even done with you video content. In this case, where Chris from Petra Technologies, he comes into our studio, for example, and we video him, and then we produce the videos for him. So shameless plug, but content is king. And really, to kind of wrap up this, this is a quote from our very own Alyssa Donnelly Mueller. Your digital presence is essentially not optional. So, all right, let's take a quick break, and I want you to text prize. Let's do another door prize. So text prize to the number on the screen, and let's give away another gift card. How's that sound? All right, text prize. So by the way, what you're experiencing, if you text in here like this, you're experiencing some of the marketing automation that happens with our WhirLocal system. So just a quick note on that. All right, let's jump into the next piece, and we'll start moving pretty quickly here. And by the way, I'm sure, you do have questions, I'm sure. You can type them into the chat. We can try to answer them. We're gonna have some time at the end for questions if you wanna stick around and so forth. But let's jump into capture. So capture is, so now that they know about you, they've connected with your brand, what are you doing to capture their contact information, put your prospects into a contact manager? And my question there, you do have a contact manager or CRM, right? Right? Hope you do. And basically then get them into your sales funnel. So let's talk about several of the options. One, of course, is, capture with a phone call. Again, click to call on mobile is an absolute must. Can they send you a text and or fill out a web form or a survey? Another one we'll talk about later is like being able to book a calendar meeting. And then some things that can happen away from your website. Those three are all on your website. But then things like Google Chat, which you can turn on your Google business profile and let somebody start a chat basically on their mobile phone. It only works on mobile, but with your team through your Google business profile. Fantastic way. Or maybe Facebook Messenger. Somebody can message you from your Facebook page. Or again, on your Instagram page, they might send you a DM. Now, the reality is that your customers are texting, and you should be too. And I got to tell you, so this stat is from Twilio. 89% of consumers prefer to text a local business versus calling or filling out a form. And I have to admit, I am not a big texting guy. And so I was hesitant on this for a long time. I mean, like just my fat fingers, whatever. I also don't really care to give out my cell phone number just to anybody. And so until we kind of came up with the, until we had the features to be able to do that on either a mobile app or a desktop app, which is what we do today, like your text responses that you're getting are happening inside of our system. And it's fantastic. I love this fee. I love the ability to text the customer now back and forth from our system. And because I can see how so many people prefer to text, but I'm actually sitting and doing it from my laptop instead of from my fat fingers on my phone. So if you're not texting, you should be. And that's a great part to, it's a great capture point. So third C then, jumping into communicate, is how do you communicate in a way that builds trust and is efficient and moves them further toward the dial of converting. Now somebody may they may get to know your brand, they may talk to a salespeople or capture or call or whatever it is, and they may skip that, right? They may jump right into conversion depending on your business. But sometimes they just need they need communication, they need reassurance, they need to build more trust. So know, like, trust, and then we'll talk about convert here in a bit. But when you think about text rates or text open rates is 98%. So people opening their text, they typically read it within 34%, read it within 5 minutes. Compared to email marketing, average open rate is about 20. Now, I will say that email marketing is far from dead. And, if done well, it can have a ROI, very, very positive ROI, right? And the fascinating thing, I'm guilty, we're all probably guilty. Americans check their phones on average of 47 times a day. So those are just some insights. And so you want to start thinking about, well, how, what are some of my channels? So we've got voice, and that could be like a call tracking number. We call it a smart number. You've got inbound call recording to be able to record calls, or outbound call recording, which could also be done. You've got texting, inbound, outbound, SMS marketing. So let's say you want to send build a loyalty list. Let's say you wanted to, be able to text somebody, a group of people once a month. That's SMS marketing with a, special offer. And then you've got email, you've got outbound emails and replies, and then email marketing, most commonly associated with, like email newsletters. You all received emails leading up to this event. And then you've got the external channels and social channels, things like Messenger, Instagram, and Google Chat. Now, the problem is, how in the world do you manage all these channels without overwhelm? And the solution is WhirLocal, a two-way conversation manager, and our communication tools, because what we can do is literally manage all of these channels and all of these communication options within one central place. And it, I have to tell you, is phenomenal, because I don't have to go into all these different places. I can use one tool to do that. So, all right, do we have a door prize winner?
Yes, we do.
Drum roll, please.
Drum roll. The winner is Garrett Wood with Service Master of Salem.
Garrett, Service Master. All right. Congratulations, Garrett.
Congratulations.
That's awesome. All right. Well, we'll get together with you to get your door prize. Thanks, Garrett, for playing along. All right, let's jump into Convert. So do you make it easy to do business with you and maximize conversion? And so some of the things we think about, I briefly mentioned booking calendars. People love to be able to book online. And quite frankly, I mean, it's something that we should all be doing. I mean, so many of us should be doing because it's easy, convenient, and you don't have to do well, what do you have available? So being able to have and kind of that back and forth. So being able to book online, have a way for people to pay online, again, depending on your business, maybe, manage your sales pipeline or deal flow, kind of see at a glance, executive glance, and manage, what do you have in the works, right? So what's in your sales pipeline, as well as managing your sales and marketing automation. These are all ways to increase conversion and maximize that. So again, one of the problems is a lot of local businesses lack the time and expertise or desire to kind of maximize some of these things and to make that happen. So here's some solutions that we can come alongside and partner with you on. First of all, if you don't have a CRM, you can manage all of your contacts with ease and really be able to organize, build lists, and just all kinds of stuff with our contact manager. Another solution is just to really make it easy to book online. Select a time online and then follow up with appointment reminders. You all got reminders of this webinar today. And so, customers actually find appointment reminders the most valuable texts they receive from businesses. Went to my chiropractor the other day. Shout out to Dr. Andrew Isaacson with Northwest Family Chiropractic. And I got a text reminder about my appointment. So, all things that to help you maximize conversion and so forth. Another thing is to get paid fast with digital payments. And, we provide a solution for that. Now, it doesn't take the place of your working with an independent merchant broker and merchant processor, something like our friends, independent merchant brokers out of Corvallis. But we do have a way to get paid and convert, try or buy. So, and finally, then kind of to manage your sales pipeline like a pro. You can see how many deals you have in the pipeline, what it's worth, what stage people are at, and so forth. I spend a lot of time in here just because I do sales for our company. I can kind of watch what deals are coming in. So, all right, let's go into care and keep moving here. So question is, how do you care for your customers and deliver quality products and services? So a lot of this has to do with, how do you deliver and fulfill? A lot of it has to do with your internal processes and so forth. But I wanted to share this slide and kind of talk through it a little bit. One of my business mentors, his name is Mike Cooch, out of San Diego. And I'd learned a tremendous amount from him. But he has this framework, he calls it ADELE, and it's automate routine tasks, delegate when you can to your team, maybe to customers where it makes sense, and or partners where it makes sense. In other words, get some things off your plate, eliminate unnecessary processes, and leverage technology everywhere you can. So our team has been going through this. It's really it's kind of, we talk about, okay, what else can we do something, we accomplish something, and then we say, okay, what else can we ADELE? and so it's become this internal mantra for us. What else can we ADELE? It's easy to remember, and it's really a fantastic thought process to go through. And so part of the solution then is just, think about things that you can automate inside of your business. Are there emails or text or reminders? Are there tasks? So much more that you could automate in your business. Everything that you've experienced so far through this webinar was set up through and leading up to the webinar. The reminders, the emails, the texts you're receiving now, are completely done inside of our workflow builder, and it's all completely automated. Alyssa's not, she's got a frozen screen share because she's typing furiously. No, she's, it's all automated. So, sales and marketing automation, it's like having a marketing assistant without having to buy a desk and pay their salary. So that's the beauty of sales and marketing automation. All right, let's talk about cultivating raving fans. It's the sixth and final C. And what happens is, so they got to know you, they liked you, they had enough trust, and they bought, or they try or buy, right? So they bought your service or product, you've delivered, and now you want to cultivate raving fans. And so that, because raving fans, what that does is then it starts it all over, because when they become raving fans and write a review or do a referral, recommend somebody, etc., then somebody new knows about your business and you're connecting with somebody new. So let's talk about kind of the R4, what we call the R4. We've got reviews, we've got referrals, recommendations, and resell. Reviews, we specifically talk about like an online review. Somebody has written an online review for you on Google, on Facebook, on WhirLocal, or some other site. Referrals can be a direct referral, giving contact information, etc. We split recommendations out because it can often be, just kind of more of a general recommendation. Might be on social media. Hey, you see recommendations all the time on Facebook. Hey, who do you recommend for such and such? And so that can be a recommendation. Resell is then taking happy, satisfied existing customers and selling to them again. It might be a new product or service, or it might be a repeat product or service. And so reselling and managing those pieces. So, the problem is, again, let's talk specifically about reviews. You need an easy and systematic way to do it, to generate that steady stream so that you have the recent authentic reviews. And, that again is something that we've done for a long, long time. Solution and strategy is the WhirLocal reputation marketing system. First of all is to ask. So definitely, asking for that review, then being able to manage the reviews, and then market and promote your reviews automatically on your website, social media, inside of WhirLocal, just various different things. Making like Bond Roof Care, one of our customers, they've got tons and tons of great reviews, 4.8 stars. And we're automatically promoting every single new review, positive review, on their website. And it's just a great way to go. So if you'd like to get a little demo of our review invite campaign, I'd like to invite you to text reviews to the number on your screen. So just text the keyword, again, no quotes, and you'll get the actual campaign that we send out to our customers asking for a review. Now it's a sample to give you a demo. But if you'd love to give us a demo and you like the content shared with, a review, and you're happy with the content, feel free to write a review and see how it all works too. So, all right, let's talk about referrals for a second. So again, referrals are the lifeblood of local businesses. Word of mouth is so important, but most of us, and me included, we're not systematic about it. We need an easy way to do it. So we built some really, really simple things. The essential thing is to ask, right? So we built a referral workflow to just do that. It's a very simple referral workflow at this point. We're working on some expanded ones. But if you'd like to kind of see what that looks like, text referrals to the number on your screen, and you'll get a sample, just kind of completely customizable, but you'll get a sample of how easy it would be just to send somebody an ask, an invite for referrals. So, all right. And, again, when it comes to recommendations, we have a virtual recommendation wall on WhirLocal. So it's really nice to be able to give and receive recommendations on our WhirLocal platform. And I think that we're ready to kind of wrap it up. So we've talked about the 6C framework. We've talked about connect, capture, communicate, convert, care, cultivate, and then how, when we cultivate raving fans, reviews, referrals, recommendations, that becomes the next person that is now connecting with our brand. So let's do a quick recap. Hopefully I've been able to unpack some recent marketing trends and insights specifically for local businesses and how it relates to you. We've provided some actionable strategies, some solutions, offered some resources for you, and hopefully been able to kind of demonstrate through a little bit of the interactivity. And of course, everything that leading up to the webinar with the emails and the reminders and different things, and some of the features that we've leveled up over the past, so we started a journey. We've had WhirLocal for over 10 years. We started a journey about 3 years ago and just started asking the question, what if? What if we could do this? What if we could do that? And we started leveling up WhirLocal. And we have been on this journey now for a little over 3 years. And we're so excited about what we can offer now. We have more to help our local businesses than ever. And again, that's our passion. And even in the last 3 months, we've been able to really dial in a lot of new things and kind of how this all works together. So, our WhirLocal marketing system, we base it around 5 marketing essentials: your presence, your reputation, content, social media, and sales and marketing automation. And, let's talk about a couple of challenges that people come to me. In addition to, the most common reason people come to us is say, I need a new website, right? But then they realize, okay, there's a lot more or I need to get found, right? And then they realize, well, there's a lot of things that that's going on. And a challenge for many local businesses is there's too many technology platforms. And, fortunately with WhirLocal, you can literally replace tools and systems like a lot of these, right? And I speak from experience. Since we have leveled up WhirLocal and all the features that we have eliminated at least 6 or 7 of the company, the platforms on this list. And that has been so exciting for us to be able to do that. And, so I did a little chart here to kind of look at all the different things that we can do with WhirLocal. And, whether it's reputation or call tracking or texting, managing conversations, payments, web design, hosting, contact manager, appointments, forms, email, SMS, you get the picture. And compared to other tools on the market, like we were literally using 6 to 7 other different tools. Now we're just using WhirLocal. And again, it's so freeing to be able to do that. If you look at how kind of other prices are out there, you could easily be paying at least $11,000 or $21,000 for if you were using all these different platforms on an annual basis. And how do I know that? Well, there's a couple this one's a really well-known example, Hubspot, right? Hubspot is an amazing tool, not taking anything away from them at all. They're an amazing tool, right? But they can be, first of all, their pricing's a hot mess, right? So their pricing's all over the board, but it can cost a lot of money to use HubSpot as a platform. And another one is SharpSpring. They were just purchased by Constant Contact. Constant Contact has been around for a long, long time. And we personally, this was one of the softwares we used for 5 years. And it's, you can see $850 a month. It can be, it can be a big investment, right? And what we've been able to eliminate from moving away from SharpSpring and again, some of these other tools and putting it all in one platform has not only saved us a big headache, but also got us a lot more functionality. So, another problem, again, that we see all the time, a lot of small businesses, they don't have the time, the expertise or desire to do all of this kind of on their own. And so where we come in, a lot of text on this page, I apologize, but our core WhirLocal packages, they are designed for local businesses and organizations. We've done it specifically. We've designed everything around the needs of local businesses. And we're not just a software company. Somebody asked us recently, kind of like, how do you compare to some of your national competitors, right? Whether it be HubSpot or SharpSpring or whatever. We're not just a software company. We can provide these add-on services whether it comes to, the web design, we've built hundreds of websites. Or it's content marketing, or it's digital advertising, or we're working on custom workflows for your business. I right before our webinar, I got a text and Pam looked at it, and it was an automation, one of the custom automations that we set up for one of our customers, and worked like clockwork to get that kind of into my phone. So we can add, we can build all that and with the add-on services, and we really like to say we're local and proud of it. Yes, we're based in Salem. The majority of our customers are in Salem, but even, we're not some sort of, even for our distance customers, we still have a local feel because we're not some billion-dollar bully or big tech marketing company, that you can't ever get a hold of. So that's how we're different. So let's talk about, I'm going to get out of the, stop sharing my screen for a second, and I'm going to go share the screen now for, all right, jump into our plans and pricing. So basically, I think I told you I was going to make some offers. So can you see the plans and pricing? Okay.
Yeah.
So we have a free plan. We love, for local businesses that just want to get started without paying anything. There's some great features here. Make this a little bigger. Free basic plan. Then we have a grow plan that starts getting into the call tracking, the texting, allowing somebody to manage a two-way conversation. We can do payments. One of the things that we do too is that we have unlimited users and contacts. Unlike a lot of systems out there, we used another software platform for about 8 or 9 years that we just got rid of. And thank you, Pam, for doing all that hard work. It was based on how many users, and every single user costs an additional $65 a month or something like that. So we don't care about how many users you've got, so forth. So that's our grow plan. Then we have our pro plan, which is our most popular plan, and it includes website design for a simple 5-page website, but very well organized, very modern and professional with all the features. It includes the contact manager, appointment calendars, forms and surveys, the ability to send SMS, text, and email using communication tools, and access to premium add-ons like our content marketing, advertising, et cetera. And each of these plans have a certain amount of call credit for texting and calls and so forth. And then we have our scale plan at, let's see, add some done with you updates. So like a lot of our customers would rather just have us manage their website and make content updates. And we were doing this a lot on WordPress. We still do a lot on WordPress, but this particular site is built within the WhirLocal platform. And there's some other things like Pipeline Manager and the marketing automation workflows and more. So this is kind of our pricing. And let me jump into the next slide. So, all right. So what I wanted to do is to offer a bonus if you purchase or upgrade. And this gets into, let's see, can you see my screen? I think I have to.
We can see your whole presentation.
You can see my whole presentation. Okay. Let me stop sharing, share my screen again. Okay, so just run through this real fast. So a couple of options if you choose to purchase today or upgrade today. We will provide a professional social cover. This is great on your Facebook page. It showcases one of your great testimonials or reviews. And we also put it on your WhirLocal profile. So that's a $297 value. Another thing is we'll give you a virtual business card. And then if you need additional ones, they're just $47. So let me show you what that looks like and why. So in-person events are making a comeback. We're really excited about that. Sorry, my text went off the screen. I've been going to chamber events and so forth. But who wants to hand out physical business cards anymore, right? I know I don't. Often get caught without them. And I'd rather just have a virtual one. So this is what the virtual business card looks like. In fact, if you'd like to see it, you can hold your phone up to that QR code, scan that, and it will take you right to the virtual business card, and you can see what it's like. It's great for things like, you know,
you just moved it.
I moved it.
Well, they're trying to scan it.
And sorry, I'll give you a little bit more time. You know, so the cool thing about this is it's interactive. You can schedule a call. Of course, you can click to call. You can click to the website. You can click to email. You can put a lead magnet on there, meaning like a free resource for download. And then, you know, it has a QR code that somebody can scan to pull up the card, or it has a QR code to add my contact information into somebody's phone. Very, very powerful. I don't want to manage personal business cards anymore. So anyways, or a physical card. So we're giving that as a bonus. And let's just talk about annual value. So the pro package, if we looked at value compared to using all these different tools and the time spent to do all these separate tools, you know, we just brought a customer on. I think we're eliminating 5 different packages or tools for them. So, you know, annual value, you know, could be easily over $12,000. Our pro investment is $2,970. And scale could easily be over $22,000. Your investment is $4,970. Now, let's talk about real quick before we go into the final options. I told you if you'd stay to the very end that we would give you a free gift, and this is what we've got for you. Our team, Alyssa and Alyssa, have put together a 1 year of social media content. And it's images and captions and all this kind of stuff that you can post on your social media. It's really well done. Has holidays, trivia questions, quotes, calls to actions, etc. So if you would like that, it's a full year's worth of social media, because the challenge for most local businesses is, what do I post? This provides great filler content that you can get into your social media. So text social to the number on your screen, and let's wrap this up. So since I told you I was going to make an offer, these are the level up options. First of all, if you are an existing customer, and I know we've got existing customers on here, we appreciate you so much, and you're on a Grow or Pro package already, but you're not necessarily using all of these new features that we've just rolled out, we're offering these to you at no cost. There's actually, you know, no cost to get these additional features for the Grow or the Pro package. All you got to do is just text level up with a space, so level up, and that will get you in touch with our team. We'll know that you're ready to level up and get those additional features at no cost. If you're an existing customer and you'd like to actually say, maybe you're on a Grow plan and you want to move to the Pro plan and to get all of those features, or maybe you're on the Pro and you want to move to the Scale plan, just text upgrade to the number on your screen, and that will let our team know that you want to upgrade your offer. And finally, if you're not currently a paid WhirLocal customer and you love what you see and you see how this could benefit your business, then we would love to help and help you level up your marketing. So just text go to the number on your screen, or you can get started there as well on our page and pick a package. But again, we're really, really excited to help you get going on this and be able to level up your marketing. So thank you so much for spending time with us. I know I'm just over the hour, so I want to be, here's our contact information, of course, and you've been getting texts probably because if you texted in the number, but you can reach out to us by phone, email, on our website, and more. So yeah.
Just real quick, how long does the offer go through?
So the offer is going to go through Monday to get the bonuses. And so if you want the business card, then the virtual business card as well as the social cover, it will go through Monday, and we'll get some reminders on that as well. But we would love to get you going and either level up, upgrade, or get to go. So All
And
right.
those annual prices are savings, right?
Those annual prices are a savings. We do have a monthly price. Thank you, Pam, for pointing that out. So we do have a monthly price as well, but the annual price saves you about 16%. You're basically getting 12 months for the price of 10. So, all right. Let me stop sharing my screen. We happy to cover any questions that anybody has. And be able, I'm ready to, it's level up with a space. I think maybe if you got that. So yeah, so thanks again for being with us. I appreciate it. What questions do you have at this point? I know it's top of the hour, so if you need to go, certainly fully understand. But do you have any questions? And if so, I'm happy to stick around and answer them as long as it takes. So go ahead and mute yourself or raise your hand if you've got any.
We did have one in the chat. I can just read that one real quick. It was from Larry Rogers. It says, I see texting being successful for restaurants and retailers, but I've tried texting for business and it seems to be difficult. Do you have strategies for B2B texting?
For B2B texting? Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great question. What we found, because I'm right there with you, Larry, I was really hesitant. And I was kind of skeptical about the, the whole texting option. And what we have found is that people of all ages and all industries are texting. It's just a matter of kind of how to engage and provide value through that channel. From a B2B standpoint, there's a couple things that are going on. So one is on your website, for example, there's a lot of chat bots out there that, you go on a website and a little bot pops up or somebody actually pretends to be live, and you could chat with somebody. That's very different than allowing somebody to start a text conversation and kind of, because what happens is if you start a bot on a phone, or excuse me, on a website, you have to stay on the website. But if you actually start using our text widget and put that on a website, then then basically it immediately moves it into a text conversation on their phone, and it's very engaging because we talk about speed to lead, and that would be the biggest strategy. Probably is just if you're not getting back to people within 5 minutes, if you got a hot if you got a fish on the line, man, somebody's reaching out to you. If you're not reaching out to that person within 5 minutes, and we can do that via automation to get the conversation started, you're probably losing that customer because they're off to the next customer or the next competitor. So speed to lead is a huge strategy and just making it engaging. Hopefully that helps, Larry. If not, feel free to jump in.
So I've got another question here. Does the Grow plan offer the ability to text for reviews?
Yes, it does. Yep. And great question. Thank you, Garrett. And so, yes, so it's really easy to text by basically using our contact manager, our system of just like you have somebody in there and you can tag them essentially to text for a review. It doesn't add the full contact manager. That's in the Pro plan. So kind of the ability to upload all of your contacts and so forth, and fully manage them in a contact manager, that's in our Pro plan. But if somebody has, created a contact and you're managing a conversation, different things, you can definitely do that and text them inside the Grow plan. Absolutely. And then it sends them to our review funnel, meaning that through the review funnel that we set up with WhirLocal, it's sending them and asking them for a review. First of all, we focus on getting a review on Google. We talked today about the importance of Google reviews. Then we also typically offer a Facebook link, and then we give a fallback of getting a review on WhirLocal, because some people may not have a Google account, they may not have a Facebook account, so we want to capture it one way or the other. We don't require an account on WhirLocal to capture a review. Yes, great question, Garrett. They do still have to have a Gmail address in order to leave a Google review. That's where like I've had people tell me before, I only want to get Google reviews, and if they don't have a Google account, I don't want it. And to me, I mean, I get it because of the importance of Google reviews. However, you're believe it or not, either A, they don't have a Google account. I mean, shoot, some people still have AOL accounts, right? And they don't have Google. So they still have AOL accounts. And that precludes still a section of the market that does not have a Google account. B, they may not be comfortable with a Google account and a Google review. They have to leave their full name, and it shows their full name. In a lot of businesses, people don't want that. Oh, if I write a review, my name's going to be tied to this full name, like Tim Fondrick, right? And I don't want that. And so that's where we provide the fallback of being able to write a review. Same with Facebook, right? You have to have a Facebook account and shows your full name. With WhirLocal, we provide that fallback because we still want to capture the content and capture that feedback to be able to promote it, provide that social proof. But we never publish a last name on WhirLocal, and they don't have to have an account. We publish a last initial only, so Tim F. And then they don't have to have an account to do it. But does that, hopefully that helps answer your question here. Other questions? You bet. Happy to help. So yeah, other questions? Anything related to what I've talked about today, our system, other non-related questions with marketing, happy to stick around. So
will there be a replay published?
Yes, there absolutely will be a replay. We'll get this sent out to you. And I didn't get a chance to do this before the webinar today, but I will put together a kind of a written resource, a blog post that kind of recaps everything as well with the different features that we talked about. So definitely. All right. Well, if there aren't any more questions, we're obviously past the hour. Thank you so much for joining us for WhirLocal Level Up Day. We look forward to connecting with you. I've seen the texts flying in, and we appreciate you, and we look forward to talking soon and following up with you, getting the resources that you need. So thanks again, and have a great rest of your week. See you later.